Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and it's that time of the month again. A new mythic, Euryali, is now in the drop table. She is the only mythic in the drop table on PC and mobile this week for the Glory, Gem, Guild, and VIP chest. She's only in those four. Do not open event keys because she's not in the event keys. Console players, you guys have Queen Aurora instead, both of which are very decent troops. The inverse is Queen Aurora is really good traded and kind of needs to be traded. This thing is good with zero traits and has pretty horrible traits actually. Let's go and just look at her real quick. Just go under filters, show all. And I'm pretty sure I'm already saying her name wrong, but EUR should bring her up, and there she is. Show a ridiculously low amount of damage right now, mainly because we don't have her yet. We will be doing the chest opening right now to go get her, but she does have the highest possible true damage to all enemies. She is also very interesting in the fact that she does have a summon, a Bone Naga. What's interesting about this Bone Naga summon is that it is a brown-purple, which has zero mana conflict with her. She's one of the few troops in the game that can summon something that has zero mana conflict. She's also the only mythic that can summon something. She's also the only true damaging troop as of currently that can summon something. So she has a lot of things going for her. The only thing she doesn't have going for her is her traits. All three of them are pretty bad, other than maybe immune to devour, because that's pretty useful these days. But poison gaze, poison all enemies on 4 times or 5 times matches, is quite easily the worst mythic trait currently in the game with how poison currently works. Poison is generally something that you don't need to redo on enemies, mainly because poison stays on the enemy forever. The only way to remove it is by cleanse. It's the only status effect that's like that. So doing multiple poisons is generally pretty redundant. Also, later in the game, its damage is trivial. It's only a 50% chance every single turn to do 1 true damage, and this is a very minuscule amount of a troop's actual HP when you get later into the game. So pretty useless in that regard, but that's kind of good in a way, because that means you won't have to waste your trait stones on this troop, because it's already perfectly fine without a single trait, so you don't need to worry about the excessively high trait stone cost on it if you do happen to get it, unlike some mythics like Queen Aurora, for example, that you kind of do need the trait stones on to be able to fully, or the traits on to be able to fully utilize the troop. So let's hope we get lucky. Gonna open some gem chests, gonna open some glory chests, and of course, if we don't get lucky, just spam the VIP chest until we eventually get it. Ideally, we'll get it way before then though. But let's start testing our luck, and I know for sure it's in the drop table. I saw people already getting it. And of course we're not going to get it. Nope. Dragon Soul! That would have been very useful if we actually needed more copies of you, though we don't. Oh, and there's Scion too. I will open quite a few glory keys this time around. Probably do some, then try some VIP, then some glory again. Oh, nice, another Bone Naga. I was actually missing one. I was hoping we would get at least one more Bone Naga, so I could, if we did get it early, though it doesn't seem like we will, because I do want to try triple Bone Naga with her, because that's the highest amount of boost you can get. I didn't really emphasize it that much, but she does boost based on undead allies as well as Naga allies, and Bone Naga, for any of you that don't know, is both of them. It is a undead and it is a Naga, meaning that using 3 of her, or I mean using 3 Bone Nagas with a with Euryali is going to be the best way, or the maximum amount of boost ratio that you can currently get, unless they happen to ever add another undead Naga, which they could in the future. You never know. Maybe next Mystic Scales event will bring that. Okay, we'll probably do these down to about 5,000. If we don't get it by then, we're just going to throw the 50 VIP chest. We're getting a lot of good drops. We're just not getting the one we actually need, which of course is the new mythic. One other thing I do need, I don't know if it's actually in the drop pool or not. Some people are still asking. I have not seen a definitive answer yet, but it is autumn, or August I should say, and Autumn Imp is in the drop pool from August to September, though there is a chance that they didn't update this. I believe it's the main imp that a lot of people don't have. I know even myself, I believe I'm missing 2 copies on it, 1 or 2 copies on the Autumn Imp. It should technically be in the drop pool right now, though I do not know for sure if they remembered to update it or not, because it's supposed to be in the drop pool from August to September. For any of you that don't know, there's 6 seasonal imps. They all run for 2 months in the drop pool. None of them are actually useful, but in their current state, I don't know if they'll ever like update them to modernize them a bit. They're pretty dated. They're kind of like the first kind of unique troops before Mythics or kind of anything like that were added to the game. They're kind of irrelevant this day, but for full collection purposes, there's still kind of like that rare kind of thing that you don't really need, but you want to collect just to say that you have like absolutely everything. And a lot of people actually don't have all the seasonal imps to Mythic. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go to the trusty VIP chest for this one. Never mind, I lied. Euryali, of course, there she is. So wow, for once we didn't need to go to VIP. We did that within 250-ish gems and 3,000 glory. So I'll take it, That's not too bad. Could have been worse. I believe it takes, generally, if you get basically like even luck, assuming you kind of average out on your luck, it should take anywhere from 100 VIP chests, 500 gem chests, or 5,000 glory chests. So we kind of did a combination of the glory plus the gem, and that's generally the average. So we basically did 250 gem and then 2,500 glory. I think we did a little bit more than that, but that is technically the average of how many should take. Of course, sometimes it takes ridiculously more than that, but technically that's about how long it should take. So now that we have this, let's go and see what stats even are, and then we'll go and do the video later for, oh no, not this thing again. No, okay, good. Before, the game used to sometimes crash when on the Unity version when you open too many keys. It froze for a moment, but luckily they fixed it so it doesn't crash anymore. So they got that. Okay, anyways, let's go, and now that we have it, we can just search for this. I am trading it, of course, because I can, but honestly, I would skip trading this. Let's see, what 2 trade stones does it use? I don't even know. This will be a good time to see. It uses the 21 Arcane Swamps and 21 Arcane Blades. Arcane Blade I don't believe is used for much. Arcane Swamp definitely is. The main thing I can think of, 2 things I can think of off the top of my head, is Christinex and Web Spinner. You would definitely want to have fully traded, and those are definitely way higher priority than this Naga. This Naga is actually probably one of the last things that you would trade under the green-blue category. Blue-yellow, you could probably invest putting blue-yellow into this if you really wanted to, but green-blue you definitely wouldn't be able to unless you have a gigantic surplus of them for whatever reason, maybe from buying them on events. But yeah, green-blue are pretty valuable as far as what you would have to trade up troops with. So yeah, avoid this troop. I wouldn't, or not avoid trading this troop, I should say. Getting it is definitely decent. So let's see, how much is its damage? I am really curious how much damage this does. It should do the most overall. I said that at the beginning of the video. I'm not 100% certain, but it should, mainly due to its boost ratio. Yeah, it does. 21 true damage to all enemies. Technically 23 because she is a Naga, and she boosts on Naga and Undead. So what's the maximum you could do? So that's 3 Bone Nagas and her. So that's 4 each, that's 12, and then her, that's 14, add that on top. So that is 35 damage to all enemies. You know what that means? I'm gonna have to try it now. So let me go get her in. We're gonna be doing a whole video later, dedicated to actually going over her, plus 2 streams, our normal streams from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, today and tomorrow on Saturday. But we might as well still test this now, might as well. Bone Naga. I don't know if I want to go a brown purple or just all in on her mana. Probably all in on her mana. What's the -1 red? I believe that's Claw Banner. No, it isn't. That's not the Claw Banner. It's the Frozen Banner. +2 blue, +1 purple. I'm fine with that. So let's go focus down the blue and see if we can do triple Bone Naga with an Euryali, because why not? Obviously, this probably isn't the most viable thing you could do. It has no mana generator, but I am curious how this will pan out as far as damage and everything like that. I think we could wow, we can almost 1-cast them due to how low the stats are. But yeah, we definitely are going to 2-cast it. Her summon, of course, won't really be able to do much. The biggest problem with her, I'd say, which is one that a lot of Mythics have, is she has no mana generation. So given her ridiculously high mana cost, it might be a little bit hard to use at times, and she's going to be pretty clunky in quite a few teams. But I'm pretty sure in all true damage teams, a couple undead teams, and pretty much every Naga team, every single Naga team is going to be running her. The best troop I could possibly think of that this team would actually benefit quite a bit from is Mythic. Mythic does 6 true damage to all enemies and will be able to easily make up for her lack of mana generation, because even though I don't normally mention her as a mana generator, Marilith is a pretty decent mana generator, particularly if you can get a magic buff on her. Okay, so it got a nice shuffle right there. I'm just going to let it get distracted on the skulls and see how much. It should do 35 damage to everyone. Yep, solid 35s down the line. The highest amount of true damage you can do. I really wish this did true damage. Deal damage randomly split among enemies, boosted by poisoned and death-marked enemies. You wouldn't really ever death-mark enemies with this team. Poison, it would boost on, based on the fact that, of course, she poisoned everyone. And assuming you have that trait, she would, of course, get that off. But split damage is pretty useless. That's not really doing much. If it was true split damage, that would be a different story. But normal physical true damage isn't really going to synergize with her that much. Then again, we might be able to get a kill right here. Nope, can't even get that kill. 3 HP. And poison is so bad that it probably won't even be able to kill there. Also, we're almost about to die to wisps. Though the wisp just killed itself, this does one interesting thing, which is why I did mention her in the past as a little bit of a scroll counter. The summons that she summons do have Infernal Armor, which is only 25% reflect, but this is still pretty decent, because if they skull spam into that, that's going to do a lot more than just 25%. It's mainly just going to be a skull spam counter in a way, having the Bone Naga summon. As far as the Bone Naga itself, it's not really doing that much for the most part. The split damage is pretty trivial, and the Infernal Armor against skull spam is about the only the only thing that's really going to be able to do within a battle. That and tank for you, I guess. Which of course is what most summons can be used for, used as a meat shield against skulls. But I guess that does make it a little bit above average, since it does have capabilities that make it better as a meat shield. I should have taken the blue right there. Then again, even that blue wouldn't have been full mana, but we'll grab this. We somehow almost lost, but yeah, obviously this was just to kind of mess around, and there, of course, is the Bone Naga summon. 96 durability, not too bad. Could be better. But, yep, that is the new Mythic. And of course, console has Queen Aurora. I'll mainly go over that on the stream. We also did, like, the whole video going over teams and stuff for that in the past. But anyways, if you still have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. We'll still be going over this Mythic quite a bit today. Hope you all have the best of luck. Do remember, it's in only the Glory Gem, VIP, and your guild chest. Only if your guild chests are upgraded enough. But yeah, best of luck trying to get it, and have a wonderful day.